Why is it that some people at 85 still walk every morning with ease, while others, barely turning 80, can no longer get out of bed? It may sound unbelievable, but the truth is, death in old age rarely comes from cancer, strokes, or heart disease. It begins with small, quiet things we often ignore. Mr. Edward, a retired literature teacher, lived to 91. He didn't follow any strict diet. He didn't push himself with intense workouts. But every day, he walked to the park, chatted with the bakery clerk, and wrote letters to his grandchildren. Meanwhile, Mrs. Linda, an old schoolmate of his, once full of life and sharp as ever, passed away just a few months after turning 80, not because of illness, but because she quietly withdrew from life. If you're in your 70s or have aging parents to care for, please stay with us until the end of this video. Because there are 5 silent reasons why millions of people quietly fade away after the age of 80, and most of us don't even realize they exist. Before we begin, leave a comment and let us know where you're watching from. And if this message matters to you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more heart-centered insights about aging well. Reason number 1. Micro-social connections lost. No one says good morning. No one makes small talk when passing by. And slowly, you begin to feel invisible. At 81, Mrs. Evelyn moved out of her cozy little house where she had lived for over 40 years. She relocated to a modern apartment near her daughter's place. It had an elevator, good security, everything she thought she needed as her knees began to give in. But just a few weeks later, Evelyn felt something missing. The greetings from neighbors, the mailman's friendly wave, the borrowed scissors never returned. It all disappeared, and slowly, so did she. There's a term that very few talk about, but it matters deeply. Micro-social interactions. A smile from a stranger, a nod from the cashier, a brief hello on the street. When we're young, we barely notice them. But as we age, these small moments keep our minds sharp, our emotions stable, and our hearts warm. When they fade away, the brain starts starving for connection. The nervous system loses stimulation. Memory begins to slip. Focus fades. And the sense of belonging slowly vanishes. Loneliness doesn't come like thunder. It comes in silence, quietly, daily. The good news is we can restore it. A short greeting while someone walks their dog. A question at the checkout line. Visiting your favorite coffee shop instead of ordering online. Even a simple smile and eye contact can remind your heart, I'm still here. I still matter. If you've ever felt unseen or noticed your parents becoming quieter with time, leave a comment. 1. It's a small gesture, but a gentle reminder that you are not alone. Now, let's move to the second reason. A trap disguised as safety, but one that slowly weakens the body. Reason number 2. Moving less out of caution. Being careful is wise, but too much caution can become a quiet trap, one that dims the rhythm of life, step by step. Mr. James used to be the fastest walker in his neighborhood. Even at 78, he tended to his garden, walked to church on Sundays, and always chose stairs over elevators. Then, one chilly afternoon, he slipped going down the front steps. It wasn't serious. No bones broken, no lasting injuries, but his family's words stayed with him. "Dad, please don't go out alone anymore. It's too dangerous. Let us do it for you." No one told him to stop, but everyone wanted him safe. And slowly, James began to sit more, walk less, skip his gardening, skip the stairs, skip pouring his own tea. Little by little, his body weakened, especially his core muscles, the ones responsible for balance and posture. Even bending down to pick something up or stepping over a door frame became a challenge. What many don't realize is that the human body isn't like a machine that needs to rest. It's like a garden. If you stop watering it, it fades. Every time you stand, walk, or reach for something, you send a message to your brain and nervous system, "I'm still active. I'm still useful." The solution isn't recklessness. It's mindful action. Use a cane. Hold the rail. Walk slower if you must. But don't stop. Climb a few stairs every day. Bend to water your plants. Stretch your arms to grab a book. These small moves keep the body awake, flexible, connected to life. Because when we stop moving, life starts slowing down too. If you've seen a loved one stop walking as often, or if your own legs have started to feel weaker, leave a comment. 2. It's a step. However small, it means you're choosing to keep going. And now, we'll move to the third reason, one that's even quieter. It begins when light disappears, and with it, life slowly dims. Reason number 3, disrupted biological rhythm. No light, no natural cue to wake up, no rhythm, just long, blurry days that blend into each other in silence. Mrs. Susan, 84, lived alone in a ground-floor apartment. After her husband passed, she rarely left home. Each morning, she would make herself a cup of tea and sit in the kitchen. But the curtains stayed closed. The room bathed in dim light from an old ceiling lamp. During the day, she napped on the couch. At night, she stayed up late, watching old shows she and her husband once enjoyed. The soft glow of the television flickered on her wrinkled face like time had paused. No one noticed, but her body's internal clock had already gone off track. She went to bed late, struggled to sleep, woke up feeling drained. Her mind clouded, memory faded, mood swings became more frequent. Even she couldn't explain why. Science has shown that natural morning light is essential. It's like a start button for the whole body. When sunlight enters your eyes, it signals the brain, "Wake up. It's time to live." It also helps the body release melatonin at night, the hormone responsible for restful sleep. But when that light is missing, and instead replaced with screens and cold indoor lights, your brain gets confused. It thinks it's still daytime, and that delay ruins your sleep cycle, weakens your immune system, and clouds your mind like a fog. The fix is simple. Open the curtains each morning, walk outside for 10 minutes, or sit by a window and read. In the evening, dim your lights after 8 p.m. Turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bed. And if you can, use soft yellow lights instead of harsh white ones. Light is not just for seeing. It helps the body know when to be awake and when to rest deeply. If you've felt out of sync, or find yourself constantly tired despite sleeping long hours, leave a comment. 3. Sometimes, opening one window is enough to light up your entire world inside. Now, let's move into a deeper space, one that many are afraid to enter. It's about pain, not physical, but emotional. And when left unspoken, it quietly consumes the body. Reason number 4, suppressed grief after loss. Mr. Richard used to be the soul of every family gathering. He had jokes, stories, warmth. But after Mrs. Margaret, his wife of 60 years, passed away, he withdrew. He no longer mentioned her name, never cried. When asked how he was doing, he'd simply smile and say, "I'm fine. It's all in the past." But he wasn't fine. When emotions are not released, they find other ways to surface. For Richard, it came in the form of stomach aches, sleepless nights, a tightness in his throat every morning, waking up alone. Doctors found no illness, but his body was speaking the grief that his voice never did. Many older adults think, "I've been through enough. Talking won't help. Nobody wants to hear my sadness." But that belief is dangerous. Neuroscience confirms that bottling up emotions weakens the immune system, increases stress hormones, disrupts digestion, and affects hormonal balance. Unspoken emotions don't go away. They shift, and they harm the body quietly. Expressing your feelings is not a sign of weakness. It's a brave step toward healing. Write a letter, call an old friend, join a community group, pray, or simply whisper the name of the one you lost during a peaceful morning. When grief is shared, the heart starts to breathe again, and the body begins to heal. If you've ever carried pain in silence or held back tears for too long, leave a comment. 4. You don't have to explain. Just remind yourself that you still feel and you still matter. Let's now move forward to the final reason, perhaps the most profound one of all. What happens when each day no longer feels meaningful? Reason number 5, losing purpose in daily life. It's not illness. It's not injury. What quietly takes us away is waking up in the morning with no reason to get out of bed. Mrs. Dorothy used to rise at 6 sharp. She made breakfast for her husband, prepared snacks for her grandchildren, and in the afternoons, she'd walk to the park to play chess with friends. Life was simple, but full of meaning, full of little things that reminded her she was still needed. But then, her husband passed away, her children moved far, her friends stopped visiting. One morning, she stayed in bed, then another, then weeks passed. She wandered around the house, watched TV, ate just to get by, and went to bed feeling empty. No one said she was sick, but in truth, she was slowly slipping into emotional paralysis. When we stop doing the little things that give us purpose, our brain stops activating motivation. The immune system weakens. Joyful hormones decrease. The heartbeat slows, like a machine left untouched. We don't need a grand mission to keep going. We just need small, meaningful reasons. Watering a plant, writing in a journal, reading a story over the phone to a grandchild, baking a cake for a neighbor. These tiny acts whisper to our brain, "I'm still here. I still matter." If you've ever seen a loved one grow quiet, stop participating, and slowly fade from daily routines, leave a comment. 5. It's not just a number. It's a quiet promise that you're still choosing to live with meaning. Let's close with this final truth. It's not always disease that takes people from us too soon. Sometimes, it's the loneliness, the silence, the ordinary days that pass without purpose or connection. Conclusion. Turning 80 is not the end. It's a bend in the road. And if we're aware and gentle with ourselves, we can take that bend beautifully. We often worry about cancer, stroke, heart disease. But what truly wears us down in old age are the invisible losses. No one to say good morning, no one to need us, no light at dawn, no movement, no expression of sorrow, no reason to rise. Aging doesn't require anything extraordinary. It needs sunlight, a small conversation, a chore, a name remembered, a reason to be. If you have aging parents, please share this video with them. And if you're entering this chapter yourself, ask gently, does each day still feel meaningful? And if your answer is, I'm not sure, know this: it's never too late to begin again. Leave a comment. I still have a reason to live as a soft commitment to yourself. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to Life in Words for more heartfelt stories that remind us aging is not about enduring. It's about healing.